It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Charlotte as the Hornets go up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. After fighting so many battles to keep the Kings in Sacramento, they are set to open up a new arena for the start of next season. Shaq, you've been involved with the Kings. How big was this for the city?
Well, it firmly establishes the Kings in Sacramento for years to come. Excuse me, Sacramento. The design is great. It's going to be the first drop-top arena, indoor-outdoor arena. It's going to be fabulous. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, unfortunately, the house that Kenny built is going down. You know, but it's a new state-of-the-art arena downtown, so I've actually seen the construction of it. I talked to Kevin Johnson, the mayor, about it. So this is going to be a great rejuvenation for Sacramento. Sacramento.
One of the more self-serving segments we've ever done. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Guys, looking at Sacramento, they took the win in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings. Rose is out there with Iman Shumpert. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's a Flello in at small forward.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because to me it's just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Here is Williams after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Walker penetrating. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. Offline with his three. On defense, the Hornets. Got the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
And here's Walker. After the three-pointer from Iman Shumpert.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Rose. Cauley-Stein passes to Rose. And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist by Rose. Shumpert's got 5.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Walker with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Defense is right there. And the pass to Lamb. 5 on the clock. There's a screen by Williams. Walker goes in. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Walker's got his second bucket of the night. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against Philadelphia.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Now here's Walker, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Ball's knocked loose, and the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Well, it's still early in the season yet, but let's take a look at where the Hornets sit right now. 4th in points off turnovers. 9th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And you mentioned their points off turnovers. That stat gives you some idea of how they play the game at both ends. It's all about attack basketball. And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
And Walker kicks to Williams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
And he can't get the first one. Sacramento making some changes. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And McRae subbed in for Rose. And the second free throw, good. Here's McRae. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Magic in Orlando. Lamb with the ball. He's against Morris. Lamb, good. Lamb's got his first 2 points of the night. The Kings have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
And so they should, because that's what it's going to take. This is such a tough D to break down. They're going to have to play a smart game offensively.
Well, there's no denying that. I mean, you're not going to get by on skill alone. I mean, you've got to have the strategy and the skill working together.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for Charlotte. Sessions comes in for Walker. And the Kings also making a change. McLemore's checked in. McRae passes to Cauley-Stein. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Hornets trail by 4. Feeds it to Williams. Kid Gilchrist with it. Guarded now by Morris. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
What a nice play. Stole it away and took it coast to coast.
Some changes for Charlotte. Wood, he's checked in for Williams. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Lamb. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Kings?
They've definitely had a hot hand from 3-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now here's Sessions. He had 25 points in the win against Philadelphia. Wood can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Hornets trail by 7. And 1:01 left to play in the first. They set the pick. And Sessions kicks to Hibbert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man. Listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds with a wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
That one is off. Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. Well, I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
And so here's Sacramento following the bucket by the Hornets. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Can't connect from short range.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Here's Roberts. Tries again. Kukas with the block. McCray. No luck. And so the first quarter is in the books. Kings lead by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit him with a straight-up block the shot or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple of years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
Cody Zeller out there with Roy Hibbert. And there's Kemba Walker. Then it's Williams. And it's Lamb in at the shooting guard. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49, just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season. You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Shumpert, no good.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
And, guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Sacramento. Kings leading now by 7. Cauley-Stein dishes to Shumpert. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Shumpert's got 7 points. Walker with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Hibbert kicks to Walker. Williams sends a screen for Walker. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Cousins. Hibbert pulls it in. Hornets trail by 7. Outside, Walker. Kicks it to Williams. Walker against Rose. From beyond the arc, and Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. Lamb's got 5 now. Kings have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
On the wing, Shumpert. Beyond the arc. Hornets with the rebound. Hibbert's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Lamb. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Shumpert passes to Cousins. And stolen by Hibbert. And Lamb kicks to Hibbert. Walker with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Walker's got the game tied up here for the Hornets. Sacramento's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And stolen by Zeller. And it's Walker penetrating. Dishes it to Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Shot clock at 5. And Lamb kicks to Zeller. They get the rebound. Williams with a clean look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Trying to get back on track. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly. But as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Wood, he's checked in for Hibbert. Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Marvin Williams. Roberts is checked in for Lamb. And Sessions subbed in for Walker.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for him.
Morris with the bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Passes it to Roberts. 1:15 left in the first half of basketball. Shot by Zeller, no good. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point. Here's Sessions. The Kings getting the bucket. Off the screen. Got a piece of it. And they're able to recover. Such a wide open look. Roberts got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
He dishes it to Zeller. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Morris, no good. From deep. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Tie game here in Charlotte. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's turning out to be a close game at Time Warner Cable Arena. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I would be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
And it's Sacramento's ball. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season. And last year, they took both games.
Two teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said. These regular season victories count for more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
On the floor for Sacramento, Aflalo is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Rose. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. And it's Walker penetrating. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Cousins. And the Kings lead by 5.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Now here's Rose following the miss by Kemba Walker. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have some impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road, top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage, and they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
McRae's checked in for Shumpert. Now Walker, 10 points for him. Picked by Zeller. Back to Walker. Williams, a screen on Rose. Walker goes in. Here's Williams. And the rejection by Cousins. That is good. 6 points for Cody Zeller. Sacramento leading by 5.
The Kings were only 11-30 on the road last season, guys, and being a bottom 5 defense on the road in the NBA is part of the reason for that.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist following the missed shot by Willie Cauley-Stein. Here's Zeller, and it's off the back rim, no good. Kings have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And he gets it to go. Aflalo's got 5 now.
Running it right down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, and they're paying the price right now for the lackluster defense. For me, that's inexcusable.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. There's a screen by Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Lamb. No luck. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Walker with it. He's got 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Expanding his range. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Lamb.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
It's hauled in by the Kings.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Aflalo. And that one's good. Aflalo's got the lead up to 11 now for Sacramento.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish. And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality, maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Kings.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And McLemore subbed in for Derrick Rose. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Now here's Cauley-Stein, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And that one's good.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Sacramento leading by 8. Here's McCray. Sacramento again missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Roberts. Banked in off the glass. Roberts got his second basket of the night.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 this quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash-mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Hornets trail by 4, and now running up the court, Sessions.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Up top, Kufis. Now here's McLemore. D right on him. McCray drops one in from the wing. McCray has got 7 points in the game. Here's Sessions. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Pass to Wood. And he banks in the layup.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Here's McCray. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Kings ahead. They lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. We've got Zeller, Jeremy Lamb out there with Williams. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. Charlotte moving it around. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Going to the line.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Sacramento making a switch here. Rose is checked in. And it's tied up with that one. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
And Cousins gets it to go. Charlotte shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Here's Zeller, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Sacramento's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. And stolen by Zeller. Outside, Walker. Inside. That's good from Sessions on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Charlotte.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Now here's Sessions. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Walker. Ring shot on the way. And good. He nails it.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Shumpert. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Now here's Sessions, and he's good on the 3-ball. Sessions has got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And it's Rose missing. The Hornets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Outside, Walker. Zeller, a screen on Rose. Walker dishes to Zeller. He kicks it to Sessions. With the shot. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. To the paint, here's Rose. Rebound by Williams.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Now here's Sessions. To the inside. Shoots from 14. Good work defensively by Morris.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Didn't think that was going to go in. And that's now 19 points for Ramon Shumpert.
This guy knows how to get it done. He knows what he's doing out there. A nice job from the three-point line this half.
Walker against Rose to the left side wing. Sessions got room. That's short off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Morris, no good. Rose against Sessions. Williams passes to Walker. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Fires it up. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And the Hornets lead by 3. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you've put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
.56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds in the game. And there's the feed to Rose. Out to Shumpert to take the lead. The offensive rebound. Cousins. Oh, and they take the lead. And the Kings lead by 2.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're losing by 2. 1:39 left here in the fourth quarter. .139 left in the game. Walker goes in to the middle, and Zeller kicks to Lamb. Here's Walker. And it's Walker again missing. The Kings have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And what a tremendous game for Shumpert. 19 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
And really now you can tell the defense starting to have second thoughts in terms of how they're going to play him. That's 12 points from long range.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Walker against Rose. Zeller, a screen on a follow. But they'll get another chance. The kick out to Williams. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by a follow. Back to Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Walker goes in. Pass to Zeller. It's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
So that means they've got to be very careful with the basketball right now.
Here's Walker. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. The dish to Walker. All sorts of time. Got it!
There's no doubt about it. Walker has got the touch. Timeout
called by the Kings. They're trailing by 1. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 1. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion. Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
And Lamb kicks to Walker. The three won't fall. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Charlotte calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
They don't have enough time here to catch and shoot. Their only hope is to try to tip it in off the inbound pass. That's always a difficult shot.
That's a two-pointer from Walker. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Iman Shumpert. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
I love the contribution he gave with his long-range shooting tonight. He was on fire. That turned out to be the big key for them. If someone drove the lane and the defense collapsed, they would always kick it to him for another three. Splaka Katayow!
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.